I welcome you to Rajendra Tandon videos. Today's episode from Valmiki Ramayana deals with the developing friendship between Ram and Sugreeva. Though this friendship was accomplished in the presence of Agni, as narrated in the preceding video, it required affirmation in ways more than one. Sugreeva tried to calm Ram, who was shattered by the separation from Sita. He said, I am totally unaware of the place in which the Rakshasa's evil incarnate resides and where he has hidden your wife. I have no idea of his strength or to which family he belongs. Yet I shall do my best to find her and restore her to you. It is, however, necessary for the accomplishment of our mission that you let go of your sadness and take up the responsibility of a warrior. Sound advice. My wife too has been snatched from me. However, I have given up grieving and I am looking for ways to be united with her. It does not befit you to be immersed in grief forever. Patience is a virtue that you have to embrace till you find Sita. There is a hidden meaning. He does not suffer who, when faced with the loss of a dear one, or with a financial crisis, or with a life-threatening situation, uses his intellect to find a way out. This is masterful language. It's as modern as it can be. Life-threatening situation, financial crisis. A fool, Sugreeva continued, who is always upset and who does not know his mind's prowess, helplessly drowns in his sorrow like a leaking boat full of water. What an image. Lovingly with folded hands, I pray that you be happy and determined and not allow the clouds of sorrow to cast their shadow upon you. I offer this advice as a friend and not as a guide. In the name of our friendship, shed your grief forever. Rama wiped his tears and said, Sugreeva, you have done whatever you had to do as a well-wisher. Your assurance has assuaged my nerves. Sitting on the leafy branches of a sala tree, Sugreeva narrated the catastrophe that forced him to take shelter in the forest. This video includes a painting done on this particular moment. Sugreeva said, O self-enlightened Rama, a friend helps another whether it is a poor, rich, happy or unhappy, innocent or guilty. Noble souls sacrifice their wealth, happiness and even their country for their friends. Rama nodded in agreement. Sugreeva continued, Vali is my elder brother and is a well-known warrior. Upon our father's death, the trusted ministers of the kingdom crowned him king of Kishikindha. Sometime later, a fierce demon Mayavi who could change the form at will and coveted Vali's wife attacked Kishikindha at night. Vali chased him over a long distance. Mayavi sought shelter in a large cave hidden by grass and splinters of wood. Vali, asking me to guard the opening, went after the demon. I waited at the opening of the cave for 1 full year. I feared that Vali had been injured or killed by Mayavi. One day a stream of foaming blood spurted out of the cave. I heard the roar of many Danavas as well. Following this, I was certain that they had killed my elder brother. I placed a stone slab at the mouth of the cave to avoid the demons coming back and returned to Kishikindha. After mourning for the appropriate time, I was anointed the king so the kingdom could run efficiently. Soon after, Vali returned. Quite dramatic, isn't it? He had killed the Danavas and their chief in a fierce battle. He was enraged at finding me sitting on his throne. Unfortunately, Seeing his anger towards me, the ministers had arrested him. I tried to pacify him, but to no avail. I told him that I accepted his superiority and his kingship, and also explained how I had waited at the cave opening for him for 1 year. However, Vali rebuked me sternly. He called me cruel, heartless, and selfish. He alleged that although he had entrusted me with his safety, I had shut the mouth of the cave with a stone slab deliberately, so that he perished inside. Vali threw me out of the kingdom and took my wife. Now I wander from place to place out of fear, from which, Rama, you alone can salvage me. Sugreeva continued narrating to Ram episodes highlighting Vali's valor. He said, Vali is a patient and mighty warrior. Before sunrise, he traverses the distance between the east and the west coast every day. Likewise, he goes from the south to the north without a trace of fatigue. He lifts huge rocks from the hilltops, throws them up like a ball, and then catches them in his palm. Remarkable images. He defeated a Danava Dundhubi who had the strength of 1,000 elephants and was as high as the Kailash mountain. Dundhubi arrived at the gates of Kishikindha and challenged Vali with a roar like that of a buffalo. He had sharp horns that made him look fearsome. He uprooted the trees all around, dug the earth with his hooves, and scratched the massive doors of Vali's palace with his horns. Sugreeva continued, Vali, who had been spending time with his women, heard the Danava's roar, surrounded by his wives like the moon in the midst of stars. He emerged angrily and faced Dundhubi with equally bloodshot eyes. The leopard Dundhubi offered Vali the privilege of completing the revelries of that night. Vali was not the one to wait till the next day. He caught hold of Dundhubi's horns, lifted him into the sky, spun him around a few times and threw him away. Then he crushed him to death. When Dundhubi was being spun aloft in circles, continued Sugreeva, a few drops of his blood were scattered by the wind in the ashram of Muni Matanga. The angry rishi cursed Vali and asked him never to enter the ashrama. Otherwise, he would meet with death. Rama, I live here in this ashram because Vali cannot enter for fear of death. However, how can I be sure that you will vanquish Vali, O Rama? Said a worried Sugreeva. He did not want to get into a fight where he could be defeated. How do you want to be assured that Rama will be able to kill Vali? Asked Lakshmana with a laugh, pointing to a row of 7 sala trees standing tall in front of them. Sugreeva said, once upon a time Vali had pierced through each one of these trees, one by one with his arrows. If Rama is able to pierce even one tree at one go, I shall be convinced of his capability. This is a scene enacted in Ram Leela all over the country every year. Even if he can with one kick remove the skeletal remains of Dundhubi to a distance of 20 dhanusha, I shall be convinced that Ram can kill Vali. You see, Vali has never been defeated in a battle. He does not like being challenged. My friend, you are like the Himalayas to me. I have sought your protection as a friend. I am not trying to frighten or insult you, said Sugreeva. Rama smiled playfully and put one toe through Dundhubi's skeleton. Lifting his foot, he threw away the mass of bones at a distance of 10 yojanas. He then shot an arrow that, piercing all the 7 sala trees, cutting through the 7 layers of the earth, went through into Patal. It then rebounded and returned to Rama's quiver. Sugreeva lay prostrate before Ram, touching his feet and offering obeisance. Rising, he said, who can face you on the battlefield, O Ram? With one shot you have pierced 7 mighty solitaries, the mountains and the earth. My sorrow has vanished in acquiring a dear friend like you, who is valorous like Mahendra and Varuna. I am assured that I shall be freed from Vali's wrath. We'll take up the rest in the next video. Till then, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram.